Wow, Sunday morning, just time to take a little time and do a little review. Sitting in the three-season room here, as you have seen the videos of me working on this. We got the south wall done, the windows trimmed out on that. We got the windows trimmed out on the west wall over here. We've got the north wall. Hopefully we'll get done this coming week, but it's going to be a really busy week for me. I'm on the board of directors for a Wisconsin organization. We have our summer leadership meeting. I've got a bunch of things to get ready for that yet, and get prepared for that. It was a really interesting week though. And just before that, and we got the east windows to trim out yet. I didn't really think it would take that long to trim the windows out, but take a look at a common bedroom. You got what, maybe one window or maybe two in there. We've got 16 windows basically, or 15 in this place, and every one of them has had its own little details that we've had to really pay attention to. So I knew it was going to be a long task when I started it, and I probably put it off longer than I should have. And on top of that, this week we like I've told you in some of the other videos, is I look at real estate stuff every day. I go through Zillow, I go through realtor.com, I'm looking at the local MLSs. I know pretty much everything that hits the market within a couple hours of it hitting the market, and it's been absolutely insane. But I think we've hit the point now where the insanity is going to start to straighten itself out a little bit. Realtors or people continue to think they're going to get last year's prices, and they keep bumping this stuff up and bumping it up, and some of them do, but I'm seeing the higher end stuff is now sitting. And with saying that, I've also said that there's only maybe a couple during the year that I really look at. We've looked at two in the last week and a half here. And so that's had some of my time occupied, and I really haven't shared that with you. But we've looked at two, and they both have their pluses and their minuses. I don't know if they'll do, well, I know the one I think is dead. They wanted a ridiculous price for it. It needed $60,000 to $80,000 worth of work. They don't seem to think it needs anything, and they're from southern part of the state. They're in my mind way overvalued on it. So I tried to get them into a more reasonable range, if you want to put it that way. So we wrote an offer on it. We wrote a low offer on it, because you can always come up. And so what I hoped would happen is they would counter here, we would counter here, and we'd land up somewhere in here, and that didn't happen. They didn't think they needed to counter at all, that their price is good, and they may sell it to somebody from outside the area that doesn't realize the work that needs to be done on it. And more power to them. It would have been nice. It was, as you have picked up probably, Carmen and I golf. That's our summer sport, and we get out and golf, a good number of times during the week. And this was near the golf course, so it would have been just the location was ideal. The inside of and then there were, the people have been using it kind of as a come up on the weekend type place, and there hasn't been a whole lot of updates or maintenance done to it. And it's nice, but it would need pretty much, it would need a lot of work. And you know, the furnace is original, I think, and so that's going to need to be replaced shortly. The roofs need to be replaced shortly. The siding all needs to be restained and worked over. There's fascia boards that are rotten. Shrubs are overgrown and need to be pulled out. There's a set of stairs that goes down to the basement from outside that's rotted out. There's just a lot of work that needs to be done on the place. And I'm handy, as you picked up on, but you know, I'm not going to pay the price over the price of some new homes, and then have to stick $60,000-$80,000 in it. No matter how good the location is, it isn't worth it. Going back to the movie Wall Street to an extent, there's a expression in there that has always kind of stuck in my mind, is when it comes to business, you don't get emotional. You look at the facts on this just do not support the price that they're asking for it. And another part of that is I am a little nervous that we're starting on the downside now of the law of supply and demand, and that the price of homes is starting to drop. And so, you know, I'm not going to give them peak price and be upside down on this in a year. It's just not happening. I know in 10 years from now, it'll be worth more than what it is today, but there's going to be a period in between here that we need to ride it out. So there's another home that we looked at. That is not as near to the golf course, so the location isn't as dear, but it does have access to water. That one there too. You know, I think it's like any used home that you buy. You want to go through and change it to your liking. So there would be some work involved, like any house that we would buy. So for now, we love the place we have. It's just that the bedrooms are small, and that you know, it's on pylons. It's a cabin that we've converted into our living place because it's got such a beautiful location and view in that. And you know, with the expansion now with this 3-season room, it's a decent place. But I'd also like a shed and that kind of thing. So that all adds up. So, you know, is it worth doing it here? Do I buy a place that already has it? Those are all the real questions that we're dealing with right now. And I learned a little bit. I've done gosh knows how many offers through, you know, my history, and I learned kind of another interesting fact. I'll share that in a different video, just a separate video on the financing end of it. We were going to do an all-cash offer. We started with that, and then we came across some kind of interesting things that I haven't dealt with before. So I'm definitely going to share that with you, so you have that kind of in, you know, for knowledge and your background. So that'll be another point in time. But I am extremely pleased on this 3-season room that this week we got the 2 sides finished as far as trimmed out. We've hit basically the 50% point, and this coming week I think I'm going to be extremely busy, so I don't have any real goals for this week on this. I'm going to do what I can. I would love to get this north side done, and then the following week get that side done, and then that just leaves the small running the wood up in between the windows and along the base and a little bit along the ceiling level. So I'm hoping that we are able to be in here by the first regular football game of the season. be kind of cool to have a nice Packer party, get together for a few friends, and you know, to kind of christen this. That's my goal. Just like when we did the cabin, my goal was to be in there by the 4th of July. The evening of the 3rd of July is when we moved the beds in. I woke up, I had my cup of coffee at the morning of the 4th of July. So our goal, first regular season Packer game, this is done. It's on the horizon now. At least this level is done. Basement I can always do. Then we've got to get natural gas run into here yet before the ground freezes. But hopefully that's a ways away. Just, you know, yesterday I landed up, we had 2 wakes, 2 funerals. I made it to one. Dean and I, you know my buddy Dean, a friend of ours passed away, and we went to that wake, and took a little time and talked afterwards. Dean has been like a brother to me, and you know, another really great thing that happened this week, highlight of the week really, is we got to spend a little bit of time with our son this week. He lives down in Chicago, so he we don't get a chance to see him that often as far as that goes. And since the last time we've spent time with him, I was real impressed with, I think he's grown some since the last time, and just real impressed with him trying to put himself first. And because the only thing I want in life for him is for him and all of us to an extent to find inner peace. And when you have inner peace, you know, you really have the important thing on enjoying life, I think. So that was really a special moment this week for us to be able to spend some time with him. And so with that said, we got the Pesty. I'm gonna spray around the outside the cabin, even though we have not had an insect inside the cabin this year. And I think it's because of the Pesty and because of you know, the spraying for mosquitoes and that too. We haven't had an ant, nothing that's come into the cabin. So that has been an awesome product. I think I've got 2 other videos out on that. Look those up. And I'll maybe tie the one in with this is what I'll do. And so then I'm going to take care of some stuff for getting ready for my board of directors meeting, and then I'm gonna work on trimming these windows out again. So that's why we've already got the work gear on, the old clothes, and are ready to go at that. Broden, the project specialist, I don't, you know, I mean, I use specialist because I used to be a reading specialist. I've kind of explained that. But it's just, I guess, Broden here. And check out my other videos. Hit that subscribe button, please. Hit that subscribe button. I would like to get to the point of, I'll get there, but let's do it a little faster, of having 1,000 subscribers. Just got done watching a video, Outdoor with the Morgans, and I like that. It's on Firewood, and I like Outdoor with the Morgans too, because it's just him and his family laying out what they're doing. It's not all this, I'm just really fed up with clicking on a YouTube video that somebody's career ended disastrously, and you watch the YouTube video and you get to the end and they just retired and walked away from whatever they were doing to spend time with their family. All this hype and all this crap and all this deception that's out there, I don't have a use for it. So you either, yes, I'm not dramatic, but hopefully you'll still subscribe, and hopefully along the line we can share some things together. As always, please feel free to leave comments. You know, maybe there's something positive this week that happened in your life. Don't be afraid to share that. Have a great week, and I'll be sharing videos throughout the week, mainly shorts, but I'll try to keep up with those things. I don't do too much with the office stuff, like with the board of directors and that I'm on. You know, I be honest, haven't figured out how to really dramatize that, and that's not what, if you go back to my first video, as bad as it is, if you go back to that first video, it was supposed to be about writing offers, buying real estate, and the daily projects that I have in taking care of the real estate that we own, and some tips on how to do that, tips on renting and dealing with renters. That was kind of the primary focus of this channel. More so it's been projects. I think that's, I get comments all the time on, yeah, it's nice, you know, most people don't understand how to do the things around the house, and it's nice to have those videos of how to, you know, so you can hop on YouTube and take a look at it, and yeah, I can do that too. And with less and less tradespeople out there, I think this is valuable. And with that, I will finally say goodbye for this week, at least this moment. I've got to go out and spray the pesty and then get to work on my stuff for my meeting on Wednesday and Thursday. Take care, hit that like and subscribe button, and look forward to doing more shares with you. Take care.